Another important question is, can you share an example of successful training program you have developed and implemented? Again, your past experience or past achievement will play a major role here. So one example of successful training program was we developed a show, guide and test module with the help of Articulate 360 to increase the interactivity of the new hires, which received positive feedback from the participants and resulted in measurable improvements in knowledge retention. So this example I can think of especially, so this is again from my experience, guys, when there was shift or when there was that transition from classroom to virtual because of the COVID. So back in 2019 or start of the 2020, we faced that lockdown phase, right? So that time we were hiring, and then it was like a big ramp schedule and planned by the client. So but then because of the lockdown we were not allowed to visit the office or conduct the classroom training, so it was everything was virtual, right? So what we have done, we have built something called show, guide and test based simulation module, which will help trainees to navigate and then do some activities and then learn from it. Okay, so there is some application called Articulate 360 that we have used, and we have also created some micro learning videos just to increase the participation from the audience. Okay, so show, guide, test module is very simple. Show guide will have everything, like show guide will have everything visible to the trainees. Guide will have some points or some question where they will have to navigate or shuffle between the screens, and then we will give some hint to them, and basis on that they will have to find things on their own. And last section was like test, and it was like a pure test where they will have question, and then basis on the show guide module they will be answering the question that they are having in test module. Okay, now this is very important. What were your KRIs as a trainer? Okay, so if you have already worked with some companies, so they will try to understand what kind of scorecard you had, or what kind of KPIs or KRIs you had, right? So understand, guys, KPI and KRI, difference between that. KPI stand for key performance indicator, and KRI stand for key resource indicator. Okay, so as a trainer I would say, like these are the few common KPIs or KRIs what they will have. Throughput, 0 to 30 performance. PKT, which stand for process knowledge test. BQ and PIP management. BQ stand for bottom quartile, PIP stand for performance improvement management. Update dissemination, which is nothing but whenever there is a procedural or policy change, you conduct the department huddle and you address those changes, and you update, you provide those updates to the floor people. Okay, and apart from that you will also have a project is nothing but Kaizen, or maybe one process improvement initiative that you will have to take with the help of your team members. You were supposed to deliver like one project per quarter. So you can simply say that's a good question. My KRAs were batch throughput, 0 to 30 performance, PKT, BQ, PIP management, update dissemination, and a project. I was supposed to do a one project every quarter. Now they might have a follow-up question, be ready for that. So you need to know, they might ask you question related to 0 to 30, they might ask you question related to PKT. So be ready. Like PKT is one-time activity in few organization, few companies will follow two tests or two PKTs per month. So whatever you were doing as a trainer, you can talk about it. Next question is, what strategies do you use to evaluate the effectiveness of training program? Now this is the most important question, because as a manager, when I have 4, 6 or 10 trainers, it is very important for me to differentiate between those trainers, right? There has to be some differentiator, one, and there has to be some stack ranking. Why? Because at the end of the day, at the end of the year, all the trainers will be stack rank, and the best trainer, best performer will get the promotion or maybe good hikes. So but before I give them good hike, but before I give them promotion, I need to have a differentiator in place. So that is why This is one of the very important thing for the trainer, evaluating the training effectiveness. Now, how can we do that? So you can say, I use combination of quantitative and qualitative measures to evaluate the effectiveness of training programs. This includes pre and post training assessments, post training surveys, observation of performance improvements, and analysis of key performance indicator or metrics, whatever metrics you guys have apart from that. So very important, guys. So let's say somebody is requesting you to conduct the session. So as a trainer, you can't deny, or you will have to fulfill that request. But before you fulfill that request, collect the data or gather the data. I would say have their performance. Let's say you receive the request somewhere around 15th of the month. So what you can do, you track their performance till 1 to 14th of that month. 15th, you have the pre-data ready. 16, 17, you plan your session and deliver that. Now once you're done with your session, let's say 17, you close all the training. Right from the next day, 18, then you track their performance from 18 to the 30th of that month or 31st of that month. So that 2 weeks of data will be your post data. Now you can do the comparison between pre and post, and that will give you the insights, or that will give you some understanding, okay, if there is any improvement or not. Okay. Now next and last question would be, how do you stay updated on industry trends and best practices in training and development? So guys, please understand, now we are living in the era of artificial intelligence, and every day something or the other happening in the world. So you need to ensure that you are updated with every technology which is being introduced in the market, which is being launched by different companies. Like right a few days back or few months back, I would say, there was chat gpt which was introduced, and then we know the importance and then usage of chat gpt. There are a few video making tools, there are some ai tools which are avatars are also there. So you need to think like, how can you utilize that to your benefit, how can you merge, or how can you include those resources in your training session just to increase the participant, just to increase the effectiveness of your training. Okay, now when you are reading and then attending webinars or attending sessions or interacting with professional people from different organizations, it will give you some information, it will give you some insights, right? Be active on LinkedIn platform, be active on Google, and try to read everything related to AI, everything related to the technology, and then think how can you implement that into your training sessions. Okay, now that is what the response says, guys. If you read it, you will understand. Okay, so I hope, guys, that's all for the today's session. I hope you guys have liked it. If that is so, I would request you to please like, share and subscribe, and do let me know if you want me to cover anything else, or do let me know if you want me to answer any other question that you have faced in your interview. Okay, so thank you so much for your time, guys, and you have good day ahead. Take care. Bye bye.